If you're looking for more horror outside of the mainstream, look no further than Unsung Horrors, a podcast about underseen horror movies. I'm Lance.
And I'm Erica. Every other week, we'll cover a horror movie with fewer than 1,000 views on Letterboxd. We'll even give you double feature recommendations to pair with the movies we discuss.
From gothic to shot on video, from slashers to comedies, from giallo to J-horror. We'll cover all the subgenres. So join us as we unearth these hidden gems of horror.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Unsung Horrors, available wherever you listen to podcasts. And part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hello, this is Aaron West. I am the author of the A24 New Wave. In this book, I look at A24's output and I make the argument that we are in a new wave movement right now. A24 plays a major role. This book has a supplemental podcast where each episode is a brief conversation about an A24 related topic, whether an actor, director, or even a genre. As I continue research for the book and conduct interviews, I expect to record podcast episodes with people involved with the company. You can find the podcast at cinejourneys.com or wherever you find podcasts, and we are proud to be members of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Kulturecast. I'm Chris Stachiw and I'm joined as always by my good buddy Eric Kniss. How you doing, Eric?
I am doing wonderful. You sound excited to be here and just completely glowing with energy and a lust for life that I can feel through the internet. And it's getting me rock hard right now.
We were originally supposed to start talking about the Ginger Dead Man, but holy shit, that movie is not worth talking about.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're right. It's pretty terrible, but also kind of amazing. I don't know. It's amazing that it got made. I think that's the amazing part about it. And it's even more amazing is that it spawned several sequels.
4, I think.
I think there are 4 total Ginger Dead Man movies, and one of them is a Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong movie, which there are also several of Evil Bong movies. So,
right. And this is all made by Full Moon, who made the Puppet Master films.
Oh, is that who?
Yes, Charles Brand is the creator of the Puppet Master films as well. They feel like the Puppet Master movies. Like,
yeah, it just feels real stupid.
Yeah. Not good.
Yeah.
It's a movie that, like, it's so bad and it's not. I didn't really enjoy watching it because it was so cheap and bad and not entertaining, and I just didn't enjoy it. Just being perfectly honest, and I honestly don't think that anyone else should go out of their way to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of had a fun time watching it, but I was a little tipsy and, just like I knew it was going to be bad, and I was laughing every time Gary Busey spoke through the maybe worst
oh my God, the sock
cookie
puppet
I have ever seen in my life. So I just thought it was hilarious every time that it happened. Especially like the dialogue was so bad that I kept having to rewind shit to be like, did they really just say that? Is that not? There's no way that was an actual line that somebody wrote that went into this movie. And they were lines that people said, and it was amazing and terrible and an experience that most people, yourself included, should avoid. And for those of you who are like me and are a glutton for punishment or idiocy, then fucking get loaded and watch that shit because it's retarded in an awesome way.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
It's just not
great.
No, it's just a stupid fucking movie where the production design is done by someone named Elvis Strange and the costume design is done by someone whose name is, and I kid you not, E.D. Biddlecombe. So so great. Like, it's
wow.
Yeah, it's astounding. But man, it just makes me wonder what they were thinking when they made this movie. Like, who was a high off their ass? Gary Busey must have really needed a paycheck or something. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess when you're hurting for cash, you'll fucking do whatever, man. I don't know. That's why Nicolas Cage is in all those fucking terrible ass movies. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't think any of the movies Nicolas Cage is in are is even as bad as this movie is.
Yeah, that's true. This is like another level of like being in a shitty movie. So
yeah, this movie is a next level trash can experience. So we thought, instead of talking about Ginger Dead Man, since we are in December and we're about to close out the year, yes, there are a couple movies left before the end of the year that we're going to be talking about, namely, obviously, Star Wars, obviously, The Disaster Artist. We figured we would talk about some of our favorite movies of the year, some of our least favorite movies of the year, some of the films that we were really surprised by, some of the films that we were really disappointed by. So that's what we're going to be doing. So Eric, let's just let's kind of take it back. What was your least favorite film this year that you watched? New, obviously.
Oh wow, that's kind of hard to narrow down because there was a couple of really bad ones. I think the film that I think is the worst movie that I saw this year, that's maybe head and shoulders bad above the rest, was The Dark Tower. It was really, really fucking bad, and it was compounded by the fact that I was excited for the movie. And excited for the casting decisions that they made. And I don't know, just I had read a bunch of the books. And so like going into this, I was expecting something and got something wholly different than anything that I would have even thought to have wanted. And not in a good way, like in a bad, terrible, just not worth anybody's time way. So I definitely have seen a lot of bad movies this year. But I think as far as new movies in theater goes, that was the worst for me. What about you?
Like you said, there have been we're pretty much only talking about new movies, obviously. We talk about a lot of movies on the Kulturecast. We talk about a lot of old movies. We talk a fair amount of new films. But, when we look back at the new movies that we went and saw throughout the year, for me, Justice League is up there with one of the worst movies I've seen all year. I mean, that movie is pretty much everything that I would say that is quote unquote wrong with Hollywood right now.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's a film that it really shows what, like I said, what can go wrong in Hollywood and what is going wrong in Hollywood right now. Atomic Blonde was pretty bad. I know that might be a little bit of a controversial choice. But I think for me this year, the worst film that I watched this year had to have been Alien Covenant.
Wow. Strong. And we watched Valerian.
Valerian was bad, but I didn't expect it to be good. Alien Covenant, I had really high hopes for because it seemed to be on the right course. It seemed to be on the path. I don't know. It seemed to be doing everything right. The trailers made it look like a film that I was really excited for. You and I were really excited for it. Then the reviews came out and it was a bummer. I mean, we did multiple Kulturecasts where you and I just talked about Alien and Predator and our, shared love of those connected universes, and then the movie comes out and it's a fucking dud. I know you defended it when it came out, but I don't think you're defending it anymore.
No, I have since. I don't know. It's definitely not. I don't know. I would say this about Covenant. It takes all the things that I liked about Prometheus and it completely throws them away, and it just goes back to just generic alien movie that like has no real I don't know, like the story and the whole thing with David and him like creating the aliens basically, and him destroying the engineers for whatever reason, and him being like the bad guy or whatever was kind of, I don't know. I mean, you could have done that in a more interesting way.
And they chose not to.
And they chose not to. And I really thought that Prometheus is a really interesting movie that just so happens. Movie. But it's just like, I thought it was a very interesting movie that was just set in the universe of Alien. Right. Like, it wasn't an Alien movie. It was just, it's like, hey, here's some shit that happened way before Alien that is like loosely related to Alien. And I was like, this is actually really cool because we're seeing a lot of the same stuff, like the fucking space jockeys and everything and their fucking ship, and like a lot of other stuff that was like just kind of thrown into Alien, and there was no real like canonical background for it. It was just kind of like, this is some cool shit that we're going to throw in Alien. Like, what if there's a fucking weird spaceship and there's these crazy, like, huge beings that are like in the spaceship or whatever, and there's like this weird shit that, the fucking facehugger comes out and infects people, and then that's how the alien comes, and then the rest of the movie is everybody's fucking hiding and running away from the fucking alien as it kills everybody. Then to have
and Covenant is like just
Prometheus, that. And Prometheus really tried to give some context to Alien without being an Alien movie, which is what I want. It's also what I wanted out of why is my brain not working? Rogue One.
Yeah.
It's what I wanted out of Rogue One was a movie that was set in the Star Wars universe that gave context to a tiny piece of dialogue, be it an interesting piece of dialogue that could have been a really interesting story, that, was probably at one point a really cool espionage, like war, some sort of like weird spy meets Saving Private Ryan like movie that could have been really awesome, set in the Star Wars universe, and then they just kind of bastardized it.
Do you love movies? So do I. What's up, y'all? It's KB, and I love movies, inviting you to listen to The Conversation, a film podcast where passion meets perspective and opinion. From the old school to the new, I invite a guest on to discuss the movies that thrill us, challenge us, break our hearts, or even blow our minds. There's always new episodes dropping wherever you get your podcasts. So join the conversation. We don't just watch movies, we love talking about them too. The Conversation with KB Loves Movies, a part of Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Have you ever wanted to dive deeper into the horror movies you love? Beyond the Blood is a horror podcast for fans who want more than just surface level screams. We do deep dives into the movies that shaped us, digging into director commentaries, behind the scenes stories, deleted scenes, and the special features that most people skip. Each episode is a love letter to the genre. We break down how these films were made, the creative risks that paid off or didn't, and the lasting impact they've had on the genre as a whole. From 70s slashers to modern nightmares, we celebrate the craft, chaos, and characters that keep us coming back. If you're the kind of fan who rewatches movies with the commentary on, or you simply grew up in the video store horror aisle, the Beyond the Blood podcast was made for you. New episodes every single week. Subscribe, let's dig deep. Welcome to the Beyond the Blood podcast.
Made it like a generic Star Wars movie. Which, I mean, I don't know. Is it? It's just kind of a letdown. Like, I wouldn't say that either of those movies are poorly made. I would say that both of those movies are. It's just unfortunate that you had this great idea and this sort of like great well of, I don't know, just you have all these amazing characters and this amazing universe and all this awesome stuff that you could pull from and like create something that is related to stuff only tangentially, but enough so that people can go, oh, these are the little threads that connect this universe. But everything comes down to like, the general public at large, the people who are not you and me, are the people who they just want to see a fucking alien movie. They just want to see the banana head or fucking whatever you want to fucking call it, the xenomorph. I'm the only person apparently that calls it a banana head because I'm fucking weird. But
you are weird, that's for sure.
But yeah, that's all people wanted to see was that. And they got that in this movie. And so those people who wanted to see that were happy. And at first, I was happy. But then as time goes on, I watch the movie again and I go, this movie's boring. This movie is not interesting to me. It has all the pieces of an interesting movie. And then at some point, they just say, fuck these pieces. Here's the fucking alien. Go. And I'm just like, dude, could have been better. Could have been so much better if, I don't know. I mean, Alien is going to be like Star Wars at this point. We're going to get, fucking 5 more of them. Probably more than that.
The difference between Alien and Star Wars is Star Wars actually are as bad as Star Wars is with Rogue One. It's still better than Alien Covenant.
I'm going to put Rogue One and Alien Covenant on the same level, on the same pedestal. Those two movies are both movies that are not poorly made, but are bad movies.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Covenant for me takes the cake in regards to bad movie, the worst movie of 2017, for sure.
It's definitely strong hatred.
Yeah, with Justice League being released in the same year, yeah. Justice League Justice League got edged out barely, but Justice League is also a really bad movie.
Yeah, Justice League is really bad. Justice League is fresh in my mind right now as like a really terrible movie because we just went and saw it like a week ago, 2 weeks ago.
A week ago, yeah.
But yeah, The Dark Tower, I just remember like walking out of that movie actually feeling like I had wasted my time and wasted, money to go see it. So
at least with Justice League and The Dark Tower, they were both relatively short films.
Yeah, and I think both movies could have benefited from being really long films. Like, give me a 2.5-hour Dark Tower movie.
Agreed.
Like, it shouldn't have been 90 minutes, but whatever. I mean, yeah, we already talked about it. If you want to hear us fucking rip the Dark Tower apart, you can listen to that episode.
What would be for you your most overrated film of 2017?
Most overrated film of 2017?
My answer rolls off of my tongue. I'm curious what yours is.
I don't know. I've been kind of like looking through some of the movies that came out this year, and there's a lot of movies that are getting like a lot of critical acclaim that I didn't even know about, or like just weren't on my movie radar. Because I mean, I don't go and see every drama movie that comes out, that's like, I don't go and see all the Oscar movies. Like, I don't give a shit about those movies. Those movies are boring 9 times out of 10, and I want to go see the fucking awesome stuff. I don't know, man. Most overrated movie of 2017. Man, Wonder Woman.
Oof.
Mine's Wonder Woman, yeah. Wonder Woman,
I would agree.
100%. Wonder Woman, I was thinking about it, and I kind of had to think about, like, what the fuck have I even seen this year? And there was a lot of movies that I think got a lot of praise that I don't think is undeserved. I just think it's like, okay, in my opinion, it's not quite as good as the general consensus is seemingly making it out to be. Things like Thor Ragnarok were like a lot of fun. That was like a really fun movie, and I was really hyped on it, after I walked out of the theater. But like as time goes on, I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, okay, it was probably the best of the Thor movies, but that's like not saying a lot. Is it the kind of movie that I'm going to be able to watch again and still enjoy it as much as the first time? Probably not. It is another one of those movies that I am really interested to see if I like it as much as I liked it the first time, the second time I watch it.
And that is my answer for most overrated film of 2017.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking about it, but I'm definitely going to wait until I watch it again before I pass judgment on it. But Wonder Woman, I've had the chance to watch multiple times. And when I first watched it, I thought it was good. I was like, this is great. This is a step in the right direction for sure. And then I watched it again, and it's just a formulaic, just boring comic book movie that I'm over. I'm really over it. I'm so over it. I hope that so many people die in the Infinity War movies, and then they have to somehow pick up the pieces with new characters going forward after that, because it's the only way that you're going to keep me interested in Marvel Marvel movies going forward is if I get new characters and new stories, because I'm sick of watching fucking 3 Iron Man movies and 3 Thor movies and fucking 3 Captain America movies. And, now we're going to get a bunch of fucking Spider-Man movies again, which we've already gotten 5, 6 Spider-Man movies in the last not even 20 years.
Yeah, that's right.
So, come on, dude. I'm sick of Batman. I mean, I don't know.
You just want somebody new and exciting.
I want something different, man. I want some people to come out with some new shit that's way different. That's not Star Wars. That's not fucking, rehashes of, Stephen King or, I don't know. I want to see new shit. I want to see some shit that I have never heard of that I'm like, what the fuck? I want to go in knowing nothing, having zero context and be amazed by something. I don't know, which happened a couple of times this year, but I want it to happen more often because we go see a lot of movies. And a lot of the movies I see are the same movie. They're just the same. Every movie now is just the same as another movie that's related to that movie somehow. I don't know. And that kind of sucks. So I want to see something that's way different and weird. And I don't know. But those movies don't make any money. So it's going to be hard for me to find those movies. You have to kind of dig for that shit. And I don't know. It's not, not easy.
Yeah, my pick for most overrated movie is It. It was okay. It was, good, but it wasn't scary. It wasn't a horror movie. It was a faithful adaptation of the book, but I don't think it deserved the, I don't know, people were going fucking bananas for that movie.
Yeah, I think the people were saying this is the scariest movie of the last 5 years, and I'm like, do you guys even watch horror movies? What? This isn't even the scariest movie I've watched this week. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a horror movie aimed at the mainstream, so
yeah,
it's okay. It did exactly what people who were going to see that movie wanted it to do, and so there you go. So
yeah. And like we talked about when we talked about that movie, I think the next chapter in the It movie franchise is really going to make or break how we feel about this first movie. If the second one is awesome, I think it'll probably elevate the first one a little bit just by being related to it. And then if the second one is garbage, then the first movie is probably going to go down a little bit even further in our minds. Just because, it's one story. If you can't finish it strong, then why fucking try and tell it at all? I would have really, really, really liked to see the full Cary Fukunaga version.
Well, he left because he probably didn't want to make a jump scare horror movie, which is exactly what that movie ended up being. So
yeah, he
may have wanted to do more with it. AKA what we were hoping for, than what we ended up getting. So
yeah.
What would you say is the most underrated / overlooked film of 2017?
Underrated / overlooked.
And I put the / overlooked in there because I'm assuming I kind of know what you're going to pick, and I gave you a way out because I don't think the movie you're going to pick was underrated. I just think it was overlooked.
The movie that I'm going to pick. Okay, so, all right.
I think on the count of 3, we could say the same movie and both probably be right.
Okay, let's try that then, okay?
1, 2, 3. Blade Runner 2040.
Planet of the Apes.
Whoa! Really? Oh, I don't think War for the Planet of the Apes is underrated at all. People went and saw that movie. No one went and saw Blade Runner.
True. Blade Runner was definitely overlooked, but I don't think it was underrated at all. I think the people who went and saw it knew that it was amazing.
Yeah, but that's my point. It was overlooked by a large portion of the movie-going audience.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why I put / overlooked.
All right. I guess in the context of your question, then yes, Blade Runner 2049 was definitely the most overlooked movie, perhaps of the last 30 years since the last Blade Runner. I don't know, holy shit, man. It was one of the most beautiful, amazing movies I've ever seen. And nobody fucking went and saw it. It's totally terrible and a shame. It was
overlooked by the mainstream audiences.
Yeah, I get it. People don't want to fucking go see, an insane 3-hour sci-fi epic. But, I do. And that sounds amazing. So, yeah, and
And it's a shame.
Yeah. At the risk of contradicting myself by, saying that I don't want old shit rehashed, this is good old shit.
Hello, filthy movie lovers. My name is Gentry Austin.
And I'm Casey Scott.
And we're the hosts of the Sin Syndicate, film podcast for something weirdos, anti-criterion bros, and Joseph Sarno aficionados. Join us semi-weekly as we peer into the adults-only theaters and sticky-floored cinemas of the golden age of sexploitation, when the morals were loose, the laws were murky, and the intercourse was all simulated. Find us now on the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Shit to rehash, and this is the first time it's been rehashed in the last 30 years.
You can rehash old shit if you do it in a way that feels fresh.
Yeah, that's like, you know, some of my favorite movies are remakes of older movies that, like, I didn't even know they were remakes of older movies until somebody was like, you know, that's a remake of a movie that came out in the 50s. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you even talking about? And you can watch the original movie and it's nothing at all like the movie that you're watching. I mean, I don't know. I want some stuff that's like this. It's definitely totally faithful to the universe that was created in the first Blade Runner, but it expands on that universe in a meaningful way. And it's not a copy of the first movie. It's just sort of like the next book in the series. It's like it's the progression, you know?
Yeah.
It's the progression 30 years later. So
I disagree with you for War for Planet of the Apes, but I think Blade Runner 2049 this year is just like, I don't know, it's a bummer, but you know.
I think War for the Planet of the Apes, if Andy Serkis doesn't get Best Actor, then that's the most egregious
oversight. He should at least get nominated.
It is the most egregious oversight in all of anything, at least this year, if he doesn't get nominated for Best Actor, because I don't care if it's a CGI ape that he's playing. He definitely dominated as that character. That whole movie is him. And without him playing that character, that movie is not nearly as good as it was. And that movie was really well received and really critically acclaimed. And it made a lot more money than Blade Runner did.
Well, people love monkeys, dude. That's true.
That's true. People love monkeys. I should never underestimate the power of a monkey.
What is your biggest surprise of 2017?
Biggest surprise? Baby Driver. Baby Driver was definitely a movie that I had no idea what it was kind of going into it. And it got all these really good reviews. And I was just like, what are you even talking about? Like, come on.
Is it that surprising though? It's an Edgar Wright film.
Yeah, I don't know though.
See, I feel like my answer is a bigger surprise. And you and I both echoed that when we did the podcast over it.
All right, what's your...
Split.
Oh, yeah, totally.
That was legitimately surprising that movie was as good as it was.
Oh, my God. Okay, yeah, I'm changing my answer. I totally forgot about Split because it came out in January.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, you're right.
And it was such a surprise.
Baby Driver was amazing, and I don't want to downplay Baby Driver because it legitimately surprised me how...
It had Kevin Spacey in it, though. We have to distance ourselves from it.
Man, whatever. Kevin Spacey was the bad guy in the movie. He's the bad guy in real life. I don't care. Fuck that guy.
He was not the bad guy in the movie.
He was 100% the bad guy in the movie.
No, John Hamm was.
John Hamm was only a bad guy by coincidence. The true bad guy.
The true bad guy wasn't Kevin Spacey because Kevin Spacey saves... Well, spoiler.
Whatever. The movie's been out for fucking 6 months, so...
Yeah. Nah, dude. Seriously, though, Split,
Yeah, that movie's fantastic. God, I just watched it again a couple weeks ago, too, and it's still completely holds up.
I don't think McAvoy's going to get nominated for it, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of a shame if he doesn't even get a slight nod. I mean, his performance in that film is insane.
Yeah, and that's why, the award shows that we have are kind of bullshit in general, because the second that it's a genre movie, people are like, well... A, they just don't fucking go and see it, or, B, they're like, well, it's not high art, it's a genre movie. I'm like, fuck you. You fucking gave a bunch of goddamn Oscars to Lord of the Rings, a fucking shitty fantasy franchise that a bunch of nerds were fucking jizzing their pants over for fucking 3 years. Calm the fuck down. Did I just out myself as hating the Lord of the Rings? Because
and then
I totally
Frodo
do.
bricks in Samwise's mouth.
Yeah, man, I really don't like the Lord of the Rings.
I can tell.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I like them fine, like everybody else, but I don't know. The Lord of the Rings is definitely, it's the double standard of Hollywood. I'm like, why can't horror movies...
You're just Randall from Clerks 2. That's all you are.
Yeah, why can't fucking horror movies win Oscars when fucking shitty fantasy franchises can?
Because it's not... an actual horror movie will never win. It's a movie like The Exorcist, which is a horror movie, but...
The Exorcist is totally a horror movie.
Yeah,
Don't even tell me it's not.
But it's not a horror movie in the way that... I don't know. It's hard to... You and I both know that The Exorcist is a horror movie, but it's not the kind of... It's the kind of horror movie that gets nominated for awards, not the kind of horror movie like hardcore horror fans are into.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
that's fine. I love The Exorcist, so
yeah.
But yeah, Split is great. Just
Split's fantastic.
Fucking Shyamalan, dude. What? No one.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a joke. He was a punchline. His career was a punchline before Split.
He definitely came back in a big way, and I'm really happy for him. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for us that we get to see him come back in a big way. Because,
kudos to Jason Blum.
Yeah, he was on such a hot streak in his early career, like fucking 15 years ago or, almost 20 years ago now at this point. And then, you make a couple of really bad decisions and make some even worse movies. And then, everybody just fucking shits on your sandwich. And
you become a joke. You become a punchline.
He was literally a punchline in life, in South Park and in life. And he's back, and I'm stoked that he's back and, making awesome movies again.
I will say, though, another movie that was a big surprise for me, kind of honorable mention, Power Rangers. I enjoyed that movie a lot more than I thought I was going to, because I thought I was going to hate that movie, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, I don't know. Power Rangers was interesting because I wouldn't quite say that I enjoyed it. I just would say that I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I thought I was going to suck, and it didn't. It wasn't bad.
No, I mean,
I don't think they're going to make a sequel, but
no, probably not.
Which is unfortunate because they kind of set up an interesting world.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
What was... Well, I guess we're kind of at the logical terminus here. What was your favorite film of 2017?
That's a tough one. I'd almost have to break it into categories.
There are two films that are... I have two films that I think are essentially neck and neck.
Okay, what are yours?
For me, right now, my two favorite films of 2017, and again,
this is pre-watching Star Wars, and
I don't think Star Wars is going to be the best film of 2017.
Yeah, I mean, probably.
The Disaster Artist, maybe.
Maybe.
But... yeah, The Disaster Artist, I feel like, has the chance. But Star Wars, I mean...
But we're not talking about best. We're talking about your personal favorite.
Right. The Disaster Artist has the possibility to be my favorite film of 2017.
Yeah.
However, right now, my favorite film of 2017, I have to split the award between two films. I have to split it, and I don't like splitting it, but War for Planet of the Apes...
amazing movie.
And Get Out.
Also an amazing movie.
Right.
And they're two way different movies, so I can see why you would have to split the award between the two, because they both deserve it in their own ways, in their own fields, I guess you could say.
Right, like Get Out is a masterpiece, and it's astounding that Jordan Peele, who is not known for genre filmmaking, comes out swinging with a writer-director credit on a film. It makes tons of money for Blumhouse, and it also has something to say in a way that is not heavy-handed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's plenty heavy-handed, but it's
right, but it's not heavy-handed in a way that's like
heavy-handed.
Yeah, it's not beating me over the head with it.
Exactly.
And then War for the Planet of the Apes, I had purposely avoided the Planet of the Apes films, the rebooted ones, because I didn't like James Franco, and then the second one just didn't look interesting to me. And when I rewatched, or I guess not even, when I watched them for the first time, heading into War for Planet of the Apes, I didn't know what to expect for War for Planet of the Apes, and War for the Planet of the Apes is a masterpiece in filmmaking, and it's a masterpiece technically. It is a technical masterpiece with the performances that they were able to get from Andy Serkis and the rest of the Ape cast.
And Woody Harrelson, too.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson's fantastic. But I mean, Woody Harrelson is always good.
Yeah. He's never not good.
Yeah, and so that's the thing is Woody Harrelson's great, but man, the performances now in 2017 that they're able to get out of those mocap digital performances with the apes is just it's a technical masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's like what Andy Serkis did with Gollum in Lord of the Rings. It's as stunning, and it's taken place over a decade later.
Yeah, those Planet of the Apes movies, the new ones, have definitely gotten, I think, exponentially better as they have gone, as we have seen this trilogy sort of like come to a close. The first one was kind of whatever. It's like an interesting intro to like, oh, maybe this is how the fucking Planet of the Apes started. And then the second one we get to see sort of like 10 years after that. And then this one we get to see another, I think it was 10 or 15 years after that even. So like over the span of, 20, 25 years or so from the, first dawn of the Planet of the Apes to War for the Planet of the Apes, you really get to see a different side of that story. And I think just the arc of Caesar is maybe one of the best arcs in like recent movie history, like for a character ever. It's been really interesting to watch. And the newest movie is, we've said it, a bunch of times in this podcast, and we said it a shit ton of times when we did the podcast on War for the Planet of the Apes, but it's
Hello, my name is Kevin Tudor, and I'm one of the 3 hosts of Almost Major, a film podcast dissecting many major indie studios and the films they release. Every week, myself, Charlie Nash, and Bryden Doyle discuss overlooked, forgotten, or bona fide classic indie films via studio-specific miniseries. We've previously covered numerous films from Artisan Entertainment, Lionsgate Films, and New Line Cinema. Titles including The Blair Witch Project, American Psycho, Dogville, But I'm a Cheerleader, Saw, Requiem for a Dream, and Ringmaster, the Jerry Springer film. Anyways, we have a fun time every week, and we hope you will join us. Subscribe to Almost Major wherever you get your podcasts. Now proudly a part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Hello and welcome to Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys. My name is Hunter. In this podcast, I'll be joined by a different guest each week to discuss a classic Western movie or TV show. I've been a fan of classic Westerns for as long as I can remember, and in recent years they've become very nostalgic for me. I love the aesthetic, the tropes, and I love seeing different filmmakers' takes on them. At their best, they're incredibly entertaining, rewatchable, and some of my all-time favorite movies are Westerns. We'll mostly focus on Western movies made in Hollywood, but we'll also be covering spaghetti Westerns, and one thing I'm very excited to get into are Western TV shows. I've got some amazing guests coming on the show, film professors, historians, and podcasters. And Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys is part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, and many guests on the show will be from other shows on the network. Thanks for listening.
Performances are fucking standing.
So what is your favorite film of 2017?
Without seeing Star Wars or The Disaster Artist, because Star Wars honestly could be my favorite film of 2017 because I'm such a fucking shitty Star Wars fanboy that, if they give me even remotely a little bit of something, that I like, I just, lose my shit over it. I'm just going to go hard and fast and say Blade Runner 2049 was my favorite.
I figured.
It was, because I really liked the first Blade Runner movie, but I'm not like one of those like diehard Blade Runner fanatics, that like a lot of people are. I have some friends who are like diehard, Blade Runner. When I'm talking about Han Solo, they're talking about Deckard. So it was really interesting for me to go into a story that I knew. I'd obviously seen the movie multiple times. I've seen multiple versions of the first one or whatever. Blade Runner astounded me. And it's been a while since I've gone into a movie and like walked out in awe. Like I was saying, I think last year, maybe Arrival did that for me. And then this year, Blade Runner has done that for me. And, we have yet to see Star Wars, so maybe Star Wars will shock and awe us both. Or maybe it'll be a bummer and a dumpster fire and we'll be bummed about Star Wars, but I doubt it. I'm sure it'll be somewhere in the middle where we like it, but, it's not without its flaws.
I hope Star Wars isn't a dumpster fire. I doubt it will be. I really
doubt it. I mean, they literally have given Rian Johnson the keys to the kingdom based on this one movie. So
it must be good.
It's gotta be good. It's there. If we watch it and it's bad, I'm not gonna go see another Star Wars movie probably for the next 10 years. But I don't know. We'll see.
So with a look ahead, what is your most anticipated film of 2018?
I don't know. We've kind of loosely talked about maybe some stuff that's coming out next year that we're excited about. God, what am I excited about?
Infinity War.
I mean, Infinity War, yeah, that trailer just dropped and it looks fantastic. I also think that Black Panther looks fantastic. Mm-hmm. I mean, I really like the scope of Black Panther. Black Panther looks like a huge, the set pieces are insane. They're creating this whole world of Wakanda and stuff, and I can't wait to see that. And it's a character, that hasn't been rehashed, and it's his first movie, and so we'll see. That looks really exciting to me. And then Infinity War looks like it's going to be a really cool beginning of the end sort of, movie series, the first Infinity War and the second Infinity War or whatever. At least from the trailer that we've seen. Man, I hope they wrap it up with Infinity War and kind of start from a new place afterwards. Because if they will. Well, I mean, if they wrap Infinity War and we're still going to get Captain America movies and shit, then why the fuck did we have Infinity War? Come on, dude.
I don't think we're going to get Captain America movies.
I hope not. I hope that, I hope the characters die permanently. I hope that characters leave permanently. I hope that some shit is really, 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 shaken up by these movies, which I'm excited to see. I think one of the most exciting movies that is supposed to come out next year that I haven't really heard a lot about is the new Predator movie.
Yep. Or the new Halloween film.
The new Halloween film also, yeah, the fucking Danny McBride Halloween movie. So we'll see, man. Those, as genre fanatics, those are the movies that I'm oh shit, dude, Predator is amazing. This could be so cool to have a new Predator movie. Also, Halloween is an amazing, coveted franchise that has been redone. In the last 10 years, it was redone. I guess most people didn't like it, but I liked it. I'm one of the few who like Rob Zombie's take on Halloween, especially Halloween 2, which was just batshit insane, which I think is what I liked about it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, we're going to see somebody who has, to our knowledge and our experience thus far, no genre movie, credits or clout, in writing and directing. So we'll see what, Danny McBride and, who's his writing partner? Jody something?
Jody Hill.
Yeah. So we'll see what those two can come up with for, for Halloween. I mean, good or bad or somewhere in between, it's going to be really interesting to watch.
Yeah, I'm excited for Predator and Halloween. I'm also excited for, and this may be a little, I don't know, this may be a little not your speed, the new Jurassic Park.
I mean, I don't know if I'm excited for Jurassic Park. Did they release a trailer for that?
Trailer is coming out soon. They've been releasing teasers.
Okay. I saw something I think online the other day that was there's a new trailer coming out tomorrow, and then it was the next day, and I was like, I don't see a trailer. So I don't know, maybe they're waiting until after all the Star Wars and Infinity War stuff dies down and they can have a little bit more of their own, here's our trailer, guys, for Jurassic Park. I mean, Jurassic World was cool, but it has not held up for me upon revisiting it and multiple viewings like the original Jurassic Park. So, I mean, of course I'm going to fucking go see it. It's Jurassic Park, but am I excited for it and lose my shit over it? No, not currently.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited for, and obviously Infinity War and everything else. So,
on the flip side of that, what are you not excited for that's supposed to come out in 2018? What's a movie that...
Anything from the DC universe.
Just any DC movie? Whatever they have
fucking Aquaman or Flash, but I could care less at this point.
I'll say something that, may or may not shock you. I'm not excited for the Solo movie.
Nope. The Han Solo movie as well. Nope. Could care less.
It's going to be a dumpster fire, and it's going to suck, and I'm going to go and see it, and I'm going to be sad about it.
Yeah, it's not going to be great. That's for sure.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of movies that come out next year that we know absolutely nothing about that will fucking, blow our fucking dicks off or whatever.
Yep. I hope so.
Yeah. Who knows, man? There's a Jay and Silent Bob movie in the works sometime in the future. We may see it as early as next year. We have no idea, no way of knowing.
That's right. That's Kevin Smith for you. So, well, anything you want to plug?
No, nothing. Nothing's going on. It's all quiet on the Eric front. It's kind of the holidays, so it's like everybody's chilling the fuck out. Everybody's kind of hanging out inside by the fire and drinking some fucking hot chocolate spiked with whiskey and
peppermint schnapps.
Ew, no, not peppermint schnapps. What
yes,
the fuck?
Dude. Yes.
Dude, the first time I ever got drunk was on peppermint schnapps.
Well, you're doing it wrong. House. You're drinking it straight. That's awful.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. But yeah, I don't know. What I'm excited for is new Black Mirror. This is like the time of year when the Netflix series come out, and I'm starting to marathon through stuff that like I didn't watch all year. I don't know. There's some cool stuff that's happening. I don't know. We'll see. What about you? What do you got going on? What's happening?
Not a whole lot, man. Like you said, holidays, that holiday rush, that trying to get stuff done during the holidays is always a pain. So, it's the holidays, man. The holidays are a wacky time of the year, and just trying to keep my head above water during the holidays. So, but you can, as always, you can follow me on Twitter at Culture Stash. You can follow Eric on Twitter at Tychomagnetics. You can follow Culture Shocked on Twitter at Culture Shocked. And head on over to cultureshock.com, where you can find movie reviews, video game reviews, and 200 plus episodes of the Kulturecast. We're also on all Jesus Christ, I was blanked. Also on all and iTunes as well. On the next Kulturecast, we're going to be talking about The Disaster Artist, the film based on the book about the making of one of the worst movies ever made, if not the worst movie ever made, The Room. I'm looking forward to it. I know, Eric, you're looking forward to it as well.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing else to say. It looks great.
I'm a huge fan of The Room, so... Yeah,
The Room is hilarious. I'm excited to see, everybody's take on how that fucking dumpster fire came to be.
Yeah. Supposedly it's getting pretty good reviews, so we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. And as always, big thanks to you, Eric and Wavoka, for letting us use the song Lament, and to my good friend Justin Scott, aka Da Decipher, for allowing us to use his song Two Step. Posted with the crew.
You know how we do, I'm just two-step, Drake in my right hand, phone in my other hand, getting to the money, oh man, two-step, posted with the crew, yeah, you know how we do, hey, two-stepping, know what I'm saying, 1, 2, 1, 2, Benjamin, aka the Black T, you know what I'm saying, catch me with my crew every day, two-step, phone in my other hand, like, hello? Oh, get into the money, man. Yeah.
Are you a film fan who loves the ultimate home video experience? Look no further than The Disconnected. Your host, Ryan Verrill, is your go-to source for the latest and most accurate information on home video releases, exclusive interviews with industry insiders and filmmakers, and has established a thriving community where every film and physical media enthusiast feels welcome. From hidden gems to blockbuster hits, The Disconnected brings you insider knowledge and a welcoming space to share your love of cinema. Watch every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific for the live announcements show, and follow The Disconnected on social media to stay updated. Subscribe to The Disconnected on YouTube or on the podcast provider of your choice, and dive into a world where every movie night is an adventure.